This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh thy power. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh thy power? I would like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakradash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teaching His truth in its entirety. It's your brother Kalal, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy. And I want to just give a testimony of a dream that I had last night. But before I start the dream, I just want to start off by saying yesterday evening, late evening, the brother Heart of David, Lob, who I do the work with, the brother came over to the house and helped me out with my car. I've been having some car issues. And once it got too late, we called it a night, had some drinks, some food and stuff like that. And the brother left, I came in the house and stuff like that, and, later on that night, once I finally went to bed, as soon as I went to sleep, I just fell right into a sleep. And in the dream, me and the brother, we was walking and there wasn't nobody around. We had been walking for a while, me and the brother, and there wasn't anybody around. And then we stumbled up on this cliff that was high up. We was high up in the mountain somewhere. And we was looking down and we can see it was nothing but Yasharallah, nothing but, looks like to be like straight Judah inside of this big arena. But as we was walking, we just kept walking, even though we heading towards the cliff, and it was just like natural instincts. Once we got to the cliff, brothers just started, not flying, but gravity was with us. We floated all the way from the top of the cliff down into the arena, and it's like me and the brother went our separate ways, and I appeared like in this box office, where the people with the big bread at the games and the stadiums might sit and drink and have food and stuff cooked for them, like in this picture. That's why I chose this picture. And when I appeared in this box office in this big arena, it was like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people in this arena, but it was all Judah. It was all Judah everywhere. People from all different parts of, you would say, let's just say the United States, and I was able to just stand in front of everybody. It was men, women, children, but everybody was separated by their household. You had, just single men, you had single mothers, you had, you had single men standing alone, you had mothers with no fathers in the home and just their kids. You had mother-father homes with children. You had children in groups by themselves. And it was a plethora of overweight big Shirleys, a plethora of them, single mothers, big Shirleys with, 2 and 3, 4, 5 children grouped together. So it was like based off households. And everybody was just like still coming in, and everybody coming in as if, they had to be there. It wasn't no way around it. It wasn't kind of like if you come, you come, if you don't, you don't. Everybody was in this stadium. It was packed. Like hundreds of thousands of Yasharallah, Jakes though, Judah, from the tribe of Judah. And in the stadium box that I was in, facing, the people, all of a sudden, judgment, everybody started getting judged. But when judgment started falling on people and their households, it was like how they lived their lives, how they carried themselves, what they believed, did they believe? Things were playing back out loud, like, I can eat whatever I want to. That's the old laws. Those laws are done away with. You had people just being judged right on the spot. You had whole households, single mothers, and all their kids getting judged. You had parents surviving and the children not making. You had the children making it and the parents not surviving. You had people realizing that judgment was in the air, and they was trying to get up out of the stadium, like, out the nearest exit. And it was like a plethora of, hundreds and hundreds of people exiting, really like running out of the arena just in time. But guess what? The ones who ran out of the arena before judgment happened in the arena, they got mowed down with the quickness. It wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't nothing flashed before their eyes on how they carried themselves throughout their lives, or none of that. They just got mowed down. You could see as hundreds of people was running out of the exit doors, as the doors was closing, you can just see them all getting mowed down, in droves. But then you had some people back inside the arena. They were trying to plead their case. They were just like, well, I didn't know. Well, my mama didn't teach me that. Or, it was like, it wasn't no excuses. It wasn't no, well, this is what I thought that I was supposed to be doing. It was just like straight people just getting mowed down the whole time. I'm standing there. It's kind of like when I'm standing there, all I can do is observe. I wasn't like questioning nobody or trying to tell nobody anything. It was just, I was just observing, like, damn, like single parents. When I say single parent, I mean like, Big Shirley and all her kids, no daddy in the house. That's what I mean by that. Sorry, Slock. And they was just getting mowed down like by the dozens. People who go to that's still stuck in plantation Christianity. For some reason, they was all dressed up like they was going to church. Mowed down. Not a second thought. Pastors, men who live in this living in this world, got all the money, thinking that that's all they need. Mowed down without a doubt. People who been going to church all their lives. You had some jakes that's in the Christianity church, with a proud look on their face that turned to shame, like, but I thought I was praising the Lord the way that he wanted me to. Nope. Mowed down, and it's just, it went on and on and on. But keep in mind, I was in an arena full of jakes. That was just what I saw going on in the box office that I was in. But once I was able to finally turn around and, scan the area to see, what's going on behind me, it was going on in the whole stadium. All the skyboxes and the regular seats. The field was kind of like a center stage, and that's where, like, people who were deemed to be somebody in this society, who were once getting all the accolades and all these awards and getting all this money and stuff like that, it was the same stage that Yahweh Shem Yahushua was bringing them down low and judging them for everybody to see. Although in the dream it was mostly, Jakes and Eves in the arena. But I didn't mean to make this any longer. Can't make it no longer than the dream allowed me to. All right, I just want to end off on this precept. It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So, Lord willing, we are part of that elect number, all you beautiful brothers and sisters that have come back to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and true faith and sincerity. If we barely make it up out of this thing, Lord willing, we are part of that number. Just think about those who ain't serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua in true faith and sincerity. Those who haven't came back to the true names. Those who live in their life like it's golden because they want to be in Babylon the Great forever. So I hope that this was in some shape, form, and fashion edifying to the elect out there, the hopeful elect. It's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakakradash. Shalom.